The time now is 5:09, and the dew points will be technically very comfortable. They will be low enough that it would feel very refreshing, but there's rain in the forecast. So the relative humidity is going to be high because the dew point and the temperature will be very close together for most of today. But that is pretty cool conditions because the dew points at 50 and the highs for most of today west of I-95 are in the 50s. So it's not like it's a humid or like sticky day. It's humid, it just doesn't feel like it is during the summertime. But it will be pretty overcast and very gray for most of today as well. Myrtle Beach, the dew points at 51 and humidity is at 80%. It'll again stay high all throughout the afternoon. It is kind of rainy outside right now. Anything we're seeing, though, is very, very light. It's more like a drizzle for the morning time. The rain will pick up slightly in intensity and in coverage as we get into the afternoon, but really not anticipating anything severe or nothing even stormy. There's just going to be light periods of rain and then more moderate downpours to come. The wind will be pretty noticeable, though, for today. So we look at our morning commute between 7 and 8 a.m. Again, not everybody's seeing rain, but seeing some scattered showers, mostly on the light side. Then we begin to see the coverage build between 2, 3 in the afternoon. Very much so a washout, at least for those next couple of hours. But then the rain again will break up as we go into the overnight. Today is the rainier day, but there is still showers in the forecast for Tuesday, Wednesday, and then eventually ending early Thursday morning. And then it will be very sunny by the time we get to Halloween. So good news there. So we look at the highs today. Those are going to be cool. 60 to 64 is well below the normal for this time of year. And actually the highs every day this week are in the 60s. The beach normally at 73, again 64 is well below, and inland is more than 10 degrees below the normal for today. Now for Tuesday, the morning time again, the morning commute, we will be dodging some periods of rain. Again, not necessarily a washout. In the afternoon is a lot more calm and not quite as rainy for tomorrow. So again, bulk of the rainfall that we get will be from today, and everything we see for Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be more scattered. Then some fall-like air will eventually be around. We could see on Wednesday we have a separate system, so not the one that we're currently dealing with. This is going to be a much stronger cold front with a big upper level low, but it's really going to be diving in some chillier air, but it's also going to lead to skies becoming very clear later in the day Thursday and a perfect Halloween with still some cool, chilly air. Now, this is breaking news from the National Hurricane Center. This was with the 5 a.m. update. Melissa became a Category 5 ahead of schedule after rapidly intensifying through the weekend. 11 a.m. Saturday morning, tropical storm, winds of 70 miles per hour. Sunday morning, 11 a.m., just 24 hours later, it was a Cat 4 with winds of 140, and now the winds are up to 160. Now, Melissa, again, formed here a week ago. It has barely moved. It's still south of Jamaica. It's not necessarily like the largest hurricane we've ever seen, but it is continuing to batter the island with hurricane force winds, and it's been raining for several days, and landfall is still more than 24 hours away. It's expected to hit Jamaica as a Category 5, the strongest hurricane ever on record for that island. Winds 160, even 165. Rainfall will be measured in feet. 3 to 4 feet of rain. That'll lead to, of course, localized flooding. It'll trigger landslides, and Melissa has already turned deadly. This will then hit Cuba as a major hurricane. Part of the Bahamas and even Bermuda is directly in the path of Melissa as well. Skylar?
Furnishings.
We're going to go ahead and dive into the latest on Melissa. So these are, of course, all of the tropical and coastal alerts that are in effect associated with the hurricane. Melissa is just to the south of Jamaica, where, of course, hurricane warnings are in effect for the island, southern parts of Cuba. The Bahamas are now under tropical alerts as well, where hurricane watches are in effect and tropical storm warnings for Haiti. Now, it's important to note that it has already been raining in Jamaica, and again, landfall is still 24 hours away. This is Melissa. You can, of course, see the very well-defined eye. This is about 250 miles across, but there's still a lot of thunderstorms well displaced from this. So it's a huge system, and it's still so slow. It's moving at 3 miles an hour to the west. The pressure of 913 millibars now puts Melissa in the top 15 for some of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes on record. It will be turning north gradually for today, striking the island as a Category 5. Jamaica has never been hit by a Category 5 hurricane, so it will be the strongest on record. It'll still be a major hurricane into Cuba. The Bahamas are next in line after that. Cuba is pretty mountainous, So likely be disrupting the center of circulation and kind of shredding the storm a little bit, but still a category 2 into parts of the Bahamas. And then beyond that, Bermuda is also in the way of this storm as well. It'll definitely be picking up speed, but still very slow for today and tomorrow. And even when the system has crossed Jamaica, it's still going to be raining even as it's moving away. So Jamaica, Cuba, and even parts of Haiti still have rain on the way for about the next 48 hours. And they could see anywhere from 36 to 48 inches of rain. That's 3 to 4 feet on top of storm surge. So this could be a catastrophic system for parts of the Caribbean. If we go back locally, we have, some of our own weather, but it's not going to be anything like Melissa. We have an area of low pressure along the Gulf Coast and one that's expected to form, out off coast. But we have pretty calm conditions. There's nobody outside. The white caps off in the distance indicating it's a little bit breezy, and of course it is mostly cloudy. So look at Viper 13, a couple of light showers around, about to get a nice bigger dose of rain into lower Florence, Marion, and up and down the Grand Strand. So showers are beginning to get a little bit more numerous, but they're still just a touch outside the viewing area. But compared to last week, a lot rainier, a lot cloudier for the next couple of days, and the temperatures will be cooler. Winds will be anywhere from 20 to gusting around 30. As we go into the afternoon, we see the showers continuing to build out of the south and west. A few more moderate to heavy downpours. The winds are going to stay out of the northeast for today, and the showers will continue as we go into the overnight. The high temperatures will be anywhere from 56 to 60. That is well below average for late October. And we could see Myrtle Beach will be around 64, which is also about 10 degrees below the normal. Winds staying out of the northeast, again gusting around 20 as we go into the afternoon and overnight. Temperatures tonight will actually be fairly close to normal, not as below average as we are this afternoon. They'll range from 50 to 56. Few showers will continue for tomorrow morning as well, but it's not as rainy as an afternoon. Still going to be very gray and cloudy. We will get another system and another front that'll move through Wednesday night and into Thursday. That'll give us an additional dose of rain, but it's also going to clear us for Thursday and Friday. Over the next 3 days, we'll get about 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches of rain, but again, it won't stick around for trick-or-treating on Friday. Temperatures will be cool, lower 60s and wrapping up in the low mid-50s. At the beaches, a small craft advisory, gale warning, and high rip current risk are all in effect. Clouds and rain on the way for the next 3 days. Today, though, again, is the rainier of those 3 days. We do clear out on Thursday, and we're looking very good for Halloween.
Storm Tracker 13 forecast first, sponsored by George Sink Injury Lawyers.
We do have some active weather for the next couple of days. We're going to deal with 2 separate systems over the course of 3 days. So we have our first one right here. Low pressure, very stormy weather on the backside of it down to the south, but everything else out ahead of it is kind of just some regular rain. Now there's periods of moderate to heavy downpours, but we haven't seen much. Temperatures are going to be very chilly because it will be overcast and drizzly throughout the day. Temperatures right now, 52 in Hartsville, 54 in Florence. We're up to 61, though, in Myrtle Beach. It'll also be breezy. Winds are 10 to 17, and they're going to gust into the 20s. And rain will continue through the evening commute and overnight as well.
And for the very latest on Hurricane Melissa, we turn things over to meteorologist Hannah Bronner. Hannah, it's not looking too good for Jamaica, is it?
No, I mean, they're forecasting rainfall in feet, not just inches, 3 to 4 feet of rain, and it's already been raining for several days at this point, and landfall is still not anticipated until either late tonight or early tomorrow morning. If we look at Melissa, through the weekend, we saw a very intense period of rapid intensification. Saturday at 11 a.m., it was still a tropical storm. By the time we were waking up on Sunday at 11 a.m., it was a Category 4 with winds of 140. And now we know it's a Category 5, and it was even stronger with the 11 a.m. update from the National Hurricane Center. We have hurricane warnings in effect for Jamaica, South Cuba, tropical storm warnings for Haiti, and even the Bahamas have been added as well. They're now under a hurricane watch because you have Melissa going into Jamaica, Cuba, and then the Bahamas all over the course of 36 hours or so. Melissa is even stronger. It's moving west at 3 miles per hour. The barometric pressure is down to 908 millibars, ranking this in the top 12 for the strongest Atlantic hurricanes on record. And the max sustained winds are 165. We can see intense rainfall, and again, anywhere from 36 to 48 inches. I mean, it's just an unreal amount of rain that's going to trigger landslides and, of course, flash flooding in mountainous areas. As we look, it's still expected to maintain Category 5 intensity, hitting Jamaica tomorrow morning, Cuba as a Category 3. Then it will be weaker, hopefully not a major hurricane, but the Bahamas and even Bermuda is going to be in the path of this system as well. It's going to be a long night for residents in Jamaica. Trish?
Real-time radar, sponsored by J&K Home Furnishings.
The time now is 12:16 as we take a live look over the Grand Strand. The ocean is going to be more choppy today as the surf itself will be higher than normal, but also it is going to be quite gusty. Now, it doesn't look like it's actually raining right now, but we do have somebody out to at least maybe enjoy the afternoon or just getting some fresh air perhaps. It's actually high tide right now that peaked at 12:03 this afternoon. Viper 13 now, the showers have begun to get a little bit more widespread over the past 3 hours or so, and the rain was a little heavier in parts of Marlboro, Darlington, and Chesterfield County, but that was a little bit more consistent on the west side of the interstate, and that's where temperatures are a little cooler. It's 10 degrees colder from Hartsville to the coast right now, but coverage is beginning to build for areas east of I-95 as well. Light showers moving into Myrtle Beach, so hopefully that guy out there has some rain gear on. As we look, it's going to stay rainy for most of the afternoon and evening. There will still be some showers for tomorrow too, and Wednesday, it'll be Wednesday night and into Thursday. That will be rainfall from a separate system. That will be another one that is going to be crossing from the Midwest to the Carolinas again Wednesday night. We're going to deal with the first one again, that's today. We have a low pressure that's moving in from the west, and we'll also see a quick little low spin up off our coast, but really not worried about a big impact. It'll be gray, rainy, and windy regardless. So we'll look into our future cast now. Winds are going to be out of the northeast. Decent coverage for rain for the next several hours. Again, there will be some moderate to even heavy downpours, and the showers will finally begin to break up early tomorrow morning, but they won't be completely done with on Tuesday. There will continue to be spotty showers all throughout the day. The temperatures are going to be quite cool, 64 for the beach and 60 for inland. But again, it's 52 right now at Hartsville. I don't think Hartsville is going to make it up to around 60. So the temperatures for this time of year could be upwards of 15 to 20 degrees below average for parts of the PD. So very abnormal for these temperatures for late October. For the beach, it's not too bad. It is about 10 degrees though below the average, but not as dramatic as inland. Winds are going to stay out of the northeast as we go through the afternoon and overnight. We're going to have gusts around 15 to 25, but we've already seen an isolated gust around 30. So that wind will be noticeable for the hours to come. Temperatures tonight will actually be close to average, so not too crazy compared to these afternoon averages. It looks a little bit better for tonight. We'll be around 50 to 56. Now for Tuesday, spotty showers continue throughout the morning time, but the afternoon is definitely less active for tomorrow compared to today. And then our next system is going to be moving through during the early morning hours of Thursday. So any rain with this, we're mostly going to sleep through. We are going to get a blast of cold air back behind it, and that is snow being forecast for western North Carolina. So very chilly air just in time for Halloween. Well, we will see upwards of 1 to 2 inches of rain, and your trick-or-treat forecast definitely doesn't look bad. Plenty of sunshine on the way. Temperatures will be in the 60s for the whole work week. Again, rainiest today. A few more drizzles, though, for Tuesday and Wednesday as well.
Thank you, Hannah.